It was a great college basketball game, great environment. Gosh, Auburn Arena was rocking, and our fans did everything they possibly could to pull us back. I thought our kids competed, obviously, being down 17 and giving ourselves a chance to win the game. You know, talks about our character and the effort, the resilience, the grit of this team. You know, that said, we didn't execute well enough, either with our defense, our game plan, some of the breakdowns that we had, attention to the scouting report. And then offensively, even though we scored 80 points and shot 52%, we left a lot on the table where if we were just sharper with the ball and more exact in our cuts and our screens and our ball handling and our understanding, we would have scored even more. So I look at those factors as reasons why we lost the game. And in addition to a great effort by Texas A&M, and I do think Texas A&M is going to be a tournament team. We talked about that before the game. Bryce Brown will be evaluated today, a little later on this morning. He has not seen the doctor yet. He had class all morning. And so he still has a left shoulder sprain. He will not practice today, and we may have some more information later today or tomorrow. Shifting gears to Georgia, they just come off a 7-game stretch where they were on the road 5 times, and they went 2-5 in that stretch. So life on the road in the SEC is no fun. But they are 9-2 at home. They are third in the SEC in scoring defense. They're second in field goal percentage defense. They're second in the rebounding margin. And again, the defense and rebounding, the size was something that was a problem for us against Texas A&M. And it was certainly a problem for us in the first half against Georgia, where they built a 14-point halftime lead, which was our largest halftime deficit of the season. And but for a pretty miraculous recovery in the second half, we don't get that one. So, given the fact that Georgia played us so well for 20 minutes, and given the fact that we may be going there without one of our best players, we've got to work it out for us. Good. I did such a great job. That's all right. Left no meat on the bone.
Is there a chance that you won't have Bryce at Georgia?
Yeah, there's a chance we won't have him.
What do you do from the lineup? Do you immediately go to Malik, or can you play Davion, or?
We have 8 scholarship guys now if he doesn't play. So yes.
Okay.
I mean, the options are, and we're good. We'll just play. Stoff plays more, Davion plays more, Malik plays more, Jared plays more. We have 4 guards that are still in position to be able to play. They just all got to share the load, and that's what we would do.
And what are your thoughts on Malik specifically on adapting to that kind of a role?
Well, Malik is one great thing about the guys that are coming off the bench. We talked about the fact that we haven't had great drop off. Malik is very explosive and very, 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 very capable. There are things about knowing our system, both offensively, defensively, that where there's some pause and some hesitation, and if he knew if he had been playing longer and knowing what we were doing, the game would come easier to him. He still has to think out there about where he's supposed to be and what he's supposed to do instead of just reacting. That probably holds him back a little bit.
Is Davion pressing a little bit right now?
I think Davion is pressing a little bit, being the freshman in the SEC. Nobody works harder. Nobody's in the gym more. I'll give you an example. Nobody gets more shots than Davion, and that's not a knock on anybody else, because I have to constantly kick him out of the gym or tell people to send him home because after he goes to class and he studies, he's in here at night every night. But he doesn't look like he's hunting a shot. That would mean that why are you working so hard at something that you're not willing to necessarily go to in a game? It's because he wants to win, and he wants to get everybody else involved, and I think he's probably pressing a little bit, but that's okay. That's sometimes what freshmen do, and he's a tough kid. He's got great character, and believe it or not, we've got to give him some more confidence. that it's okay. It's okay to fail. I mean, it's okay to make mistakes, but it's not okay to be timid at times. And so I'm very confident in Davion's ability, his work ethic, and I know that even though he's had a few games where he hasn't played as well, he'll be back.
On Bryce, was he feeling better, worse, about the same this morning?
It was pretty tight this morning.
How about Horace making those 2 free throws at such a clutch time?
Well, Horace is he's not a senior, but he's the closest thing we have to one. We don't have a senior, and he's the old man in the locker room, and the old man wasn't going to let his teammates down. There was just no way. Give Coach Harris Adler credit for working with Horace, the patience that the relationship the two of them have, but that is, that's a guy that cares. If Auburn wants to love on somebody, love on how much Horace Spencer cares and loves Auburn and loves his basketball program and loves his family, and has put in the time to get that stroke down. And I look for Horace, like even next year, to be able to build on that and start to do some things from the three-point line as well. He's got a decent stroke, and obviously I had him in the game late because of his ability to defend and rebound and tackle the ball screens and do the things that he does. So together, Horace and Anthony are both really effective at the 5 position, even though they're undersized.